This is the Pontiff's Left Eye ring. After getting in so many hits, it heals 30 HP. How disappointing. But if you hit enough enemies on that final hit, then you get the strongest heal in the game, healing over 6,000 HP. For context, the max health possible is only 2,122. This forbidden art has been known about for a long time, but no one noticed how easy it is to abuse. And you don't even need many enemies. 3 targets is more than enough. And trios are pretty common as well. A few can do it with just 2 hollows. Oh my! Even the weapons that cannot use the healing bug still get some free HP. So for heavy weapons, think of that Bloodborne mechanic, but better, and a decent frame rate too. Seems simple, right? Well, yes, but actually, no. Let's check on my grandson, who is working on the advanced data. Oh dear. It is easily the most convoluted ring of the Dark Souls series so far. And the wikis won't help you much here. All the tables are outdated, and are missing some key info too. So, let's just take it easy this video, with some basic tips, and rating the best weapons to abuse the trick. But first, where do you find the ring? Despite the name, you don't find the Pontiff's Left Eye from the Pontiff at all. I even checked his head. So in the past, he must have looked like this. Deepest lore. To get the ring, you must defeat the optional boss, Rotwood, for the transposing kiln. So you'll have Fort Soul already. Then just eat the kiln to loot it. And then transpose it for free. Well done indeed.
Mission complete.
Now for the basic tips. You only need to know these 3 things. 1. Each weapon category needs a different amount of hits. 2. You can use groups to reach the hit quota instantly. 3. Not all hits are made equal. Some weapon arts count as more hits. Like these 3 paired hits are equal to 8 normal slashes. Oh my. So with all that covered, we can at last dedicate the rest of the video to weapon review. So let's begin with... You can find the Talons on this roof in the DLC. So just after reaching the cathedral. Good luck reaching it at low level though. Simply put, this weapon art is amazing. It is quite tricky to aim, But if it hits, you are getting them heals. It also works on just 2 enemies. It's real light, and has inbuilt bleed. 9 out of 10. It is.
Very good.
Next up. The Twinaxes are found in Lothric Castle, so endgame. Sadly, you can't just skip the dancer, due to this locked door. In this room, you can farm for it. Or from the golden boys on the roof. The weapon art is actually fairly bad. It's very tricky to steer properly. It needs many hits, so it is fairly luck-based. Instead, try the normal pad attacks. It's generally the superior move. Although for ridiculous numbers. Yeah, go spin to win. It will proc every time. Not bad, but endgame. So I award it 6.6.
6.
What are you selling? The mercenary starts with these blades. You can also find it behind the Black Knight in 𝗁𝗂𝗃 Swamp. The Farron Coal is here too, so you can poison infuse right after. Luckily, the weapon art spin counts as double hits, but it's pretty bad since it is so slow. The follow-up is a bit better. The real trick is to use normal pad attacks, but this is stamina-intensive early game. Not great overall, sadly, since it's the easiest to obtain. You can make the Demon Fist by... Oh, it doesn't matter. The weapon art is simply terrible. All the little hits barely count for anything, making it useless. Instead, try normal pad attacks, low stamina use and spammable. This makes the Caestus the superior choice. The free poise is real nice. You can find it in the mandatory sewer level. So I rate 8 out of 8. It's pretty great, mate. These are very similar to the Sellsword Twinblades. You can farm one from a warden at the cathedral, or at the untended graves. It suffers from all the same problems, mostly being too slow. Just use the paired attacks instead. I would rate it the same as the other twin blade. But since this one has inbuilt bleed, it gets +1.
I'm falling, and I can't get up.
Remember that door? After beating 3 Lords of Cinder, you can loot the key and the twin swords off Gotthard's body. Also, he isn't dead. He blinks.
You have been visited by Gotthard of the sleep paralysis. It will spread to you, unless you don't make a miracle build comment. Oh, you already commented. Farewell.
This has the best weapon art by far. Minimal stamina, low FP cost, and it comes out real quick. The only problem is the low damage. But just as a healing tool, it's very effective indeed. On one enemy it procs on every 3rd spin, so just hit many targets on that final twirl. It also works with just 2 enemies. The follow-up attack is also very good. So I award this 8.8. Real good. But endgame. It's terrible. The hits count for nothing. So good luck getting the bug to work. I rate it as filthy trash.
Into the trash it goes.
Jeez, Homer, I thought someone with 2 wives would be happy.
No, you're thinking of someone with 2 knives.
I gotta tell you, this is pretty terrific.
Starting from the thick hobo, go right down the road. So you can grab it just after making the Pontiff ring. It's light to carry, and its spammable attack counts as many hits. And for the bug, it's the best attack in the game. It's fast, with a low stamina cost. The weapon art helps with positioning as well. It makes a great healing sidearm. It's very easy to proc on 3 enemies, and one of the few that works on just 2. It's pretty terrific. The best overall. And finally, these curved greatswords, but only these 2, since they have slightly faster animations. So they can proc the ring in 3 hits, rather than 4. And as we learned earlier, hitting a group of 3 will get a heal. However, if you keep on swiping, you can proc the bug too. Technically, every weapon can do this. But for most it's not worth the effort. The Murakumo drops from the phantom that invades just before Ethereal Dungeon. The Exile Greatsword drops from this dude in 𝗁𝗶𝗺𝗀 Swamp, so you can nab it just after making the ring. For both, the slow wide swings make it ideal for catching many enemies. Just slash away. The Murakumo is lighter, but by that point, the weight is a non-issue. Since it doesn't need FP, it is among the most practical. It can even work with just 2 enemies. But good luck with that. Seriously. Overall for the bug I'd give them 8 out of 10. And with that, let's drop it into our tier list. Phew, all done. I'm sure there is plenty more. This is enough to get started. If you want a place to test, outside Rosaria's room is plenty of these grubby boys. So, I'm happy that I could introduce you to the ring. But sadly, this was just the basics. Congrats on earning your Pontiff license. But, to earn that master's degree, watch my grandson's video, where he breaks it all down. And has an emotional breakdown too. I blame the wolf sword personally. It has the effects of both Pontiff rings. Except it doesn't. And each one behaves differently. But at least it heals even more. But that's enough spoilers. Now go and make Grandpa proud. And get that degree. Good luck, kiddos. See you soon, kiddos.